Hi, Nick Houston here for Gotham Sound and Communications at the Sound Devices booth, NAB 2023 with Gary Trenda.
Welcome.
Gary, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for bringing your jacket to the booth
well,
today.
you know, the jacket follows me. I can't get rid of it. So we are live with Gary. If you have questions for Gary about any of the Sound Devices products, or you want to know what his favorite color is, it's green. Leave it in the chat, and we'll get to it at the end.
Yep.
Gary, tell us what you're doing this year at NAB.
Well, so this is our 25th anniversary for Sound Devices at NAB. So to celebrate our 25th anniversary, we've made up some limited edition Mix Pre 3s in a lovely silver plated. So if you're at the show, stop by the booth, and you can enter to win one of the handful that have been made of the silver Mix Pre 3 for the 25th anniversary.
Very cool. And I guess I'll be scanning the QR code later.
You absolutely should, yeah.
And then there's some new things with Nexus. So Nexus, the flagship wireless.
Yeah, our
tell us
flagship
what's going on.
Nexus receiver. And so we just released a new firmware last week for the Nexus, and we've included an auto-assign function recently, and we've made some improvements to auto-assign. So I'm going to show you on the web interface up here. We've got the web interface, which is just running in a Google Chrome browser. I can go into my real-time spectrum analyzer, and you can see on here it's color coding the frequencies that I'm using in orange. There's a couple other microphones that are in green right now. And let's say I wanted to re-frequency all of my receivers. I can just press auto assign, and this is the new function where it brings up this window, and I can slide it, say I want to put my receivers in this area of clean spectrum, hit assign, hit yes. You'll see the transmitters turn off. It does a scan of the blue region that I highlighted, and then it'll turn the transmitters back on. So if you're moving quickly from one location to another and need to refrequency fast, it's a great new function of the Nexus.
Nice, awesome. And are there, that's pretty cool, and that was also amazing. And so that could be done on a phone, on an iPad.
Anything that's on the network with the Nexus, if you install a Wi-Fi access point, you can connect it to an iPhone or an iPad, anything with a browser. So it's very universally compatible.
Great.
Yeah.
And are there, what are you looking forward to in terms of like future improvements, either Nexus or anything new coming out that we should know about?
Yeah, I mean, we don't, we tend not to announce new products until they're ready to ship, right?
I know,
To the frustration of everybody, but yeah, you should see some new products from Sound Devices this year. So I'm the wireless guy. I'm excited about the new wireless products that we've got coming out, and I think, we're listening to the users, and if you know what we're getting requests for, you probably know what we're coming out with, right?
For sure. Yep, absolutely. Anything else that you want to share with us that you have going on? I mean, I see this is a rack mount of the charger and the Nexus next to each other.
Yeah, so this is something maybe not everybody's seen. I will show you on the Nexus up here. This is your normal 8 channels of Nexus. We've got the plugins installed, so the one that we've got rack mounted has got all 16 channels enabled, so that's the expandability of the Nexus. We've got a rack mount shelf that fits both of these. The charger, not everybody has seen. You can just dock any of your A20 minis in the charger, leave the antenna on even, and it docks right on there, and it'll show you that it's charging. That's got a USB 3 hub built into it, so if you have been recording onto your, for international customers, if you're recording onto the Nexus, you can, or on the, I have to say Nexus too much. If you're recording onto your A20 Mini, you can pull all the files off with that. You can jam timecode with that, so it's got all of your usual TV and film functions.
Does it show up as like 8 different cards, or how does it?
It does. It just mounts like any flash drive onto your computer. And same thing, there's a USB on the top of the A20 Mini, and so you could take the USB and just plug in with a USB cable right to your laptop and pull the files off of that directly. So the USB on here is very multifunction. There's timecode on there if you need it. You can charge the internal rechargeable battery if you're using the Sony NPBX1s. So.
Got it. And I'm also kind of, this is only 650 up to 900. I was going to say, I'm pretty surprised that it's that mellow here.
Yeah, so I can show you the scan if you want to see the craziness of Las Vegas.
Yeah, give us the whole thing.
But if we go to the full scan on the computer, so this is what the UHF TV band looks like in Las Vegas. Plus we're in the middle of a trade show with a lot of other wireless mics that are on.
Yeah.
And so this is a good example of where having that SpectraBand capability with a Nexus, you can just tab up into your next frequency range and see, okay, this is a much quieter spectrum up here where we were in, that's duplex gap. or you could be an STL bin if you
Right.
wanted to as well.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
All right, Kendra, anything from the internet, or are we good to go?
Just a desire to know more about new items on the Mixed Pre series. But so if you're willing to share anything, I know that was mentioned in the chat here.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have any new product announcements with Mixed Pre, but I'll make sure to let Paul know that people are excited to hear
Other
more.
than this fancy finish.
Other than we have the 25th anniversary special
Do
edition.
you know how
Mixed
many
Pre
of these
3.
are, and this is all for giveaway or like
Yeah, they're all
raffle?
for special giveaways. You can't buy them.
Okay.
They've only made a handful of them. Somebody told me 4, but I imagine it's a few more than that. But
Okay.
it's it's definitely less than 100 of these things.
You mean
in
it's
the world.
not 25?
Yeah, it should be 25 for the 25th anniversary, right?
That's what women think. Okay, brilliant.
Yeah.
Gary, thank you so much for joining us. We see Gary a lot, and we'll see you again soon.
Sure.
We will be back shortly with more videos from NAB 2023.